Uninomades network is an experience that was born in 2004 in Italy and is an Italian but transnational network that works on the battle inside and against university and knowledge production inside and outside the university. But all of this debate, all of this proposal is born inside the social movement of struggle in Italy and in many other countries like Latin America. I want to start talking about in these 2 days could be the main issue which we can debate. And the first is the analysis of the situation now in Italy, in South Europe, and in general in the global crisis. Today we are in a situation where we could start from the end of the state-nation like we knew in the 20th century. Today, from the outside, the financial markets, the European Central Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the financial system put out from the state possibility to governance the social and economical issue that in the 20th century all the national states have in their mind. For example, nothing of the four main countries, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece, doesn't stamp their money like the oldest national state do. This is one of the face of this global crisis that in Europe have a particular aspect. That is, for example, with the decline of the old nation state, the decline of the representative institution that with this nation state in the modernity rules the political governance. And the crisis of the representation system going really so quickly in this crisis. For example, in Greece there was 2, 3, 4 technical government with different parties that of the opposite ideology in parliament, but in Italy too. For example, the Monti's government ruled by the left Democratic Party, the right party of Berlusconi, and the center. It's really a situation in which the representative institution make to see that they cannot manage only in a national way the basic point of this crisis. For example, in Italy, now we have the parliament election for the new government, and it's explicit in the debate of the big power government that you can vote what do you want, the left party, the center party, the right party, but what is the important issues about work, about cuts budget on welfare state, about the main decision was decided by the European Central Bank that sent a memorandum to Italy of what we must do if we want to stay in the Eurozone. And like so that the financial market and the International Monetary Fund impose some, for example, we have the fiscal compact that imposed to Italy in the next years to cut from 20% a year our public debt. That is really one of the biggest in Europe, and are really suicide decision. But now we have in our constitution that you cannot spend more than how much is your income taxes. And on this basic point of the austerity project, all the candidates that we have in Italy, the left or the right, stay to the same block that this is the politics that we must do. There is no alternative. This is the public main project. There is no alternative to this political project. And we can see really that is changing really so much. For example, in Italy, but not only in Italy, called the biocapitalism inside this crisis, no? With, for example, a global crisis that want to cut down all the welfare state rights conquered in the past, and to put down all the neoliberal projects. In south of Europe, we can see that more strong than in other countries of Northern Europe. And for example, this is what we must start, that to fight in a national border today is to not have the possibility to win nothing. I think that we must start from this political issue today, because when you have, like your enemy, the European Central Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the financial markets that are inside themselves transnational capitalist instruments of governance, the only possibility to fight on the same level with this enemy is to go over the national border. I think that today this is a possibility that is more near than years ago. For example, we see the biggest movements in Spain, in the INURAs, in Portugal, in Greece, our Tunisian comrades that are struggling in this day in the streets against the Narda that killed one comrades of a leftist party. But really in a situation in which the struggle of the Euro-Mediterranean space, there are. And we must see which is the possibility to build up, for example, to make a quality lab for this movement, and to try to build up common spaces of language, common spaces where we can share our experience, but to common spaces of mobilization. For example, the last year, 17 November, there was a first step of what we could call European strike. A strike that started in a different situation, other country, but that make together Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece, a starting point. But I think that this is the road that we must conquer today to stay on the same level of the financial capitalism. Because to build up common campaign, to build up common strike, to build up, a mechanism where we can make one day a battle all together against European Central Bank that decide many more than all national parliament, and that is not legitimate, but no election, European Central Bank. But we can fight against European Central Bank austerity measure only making a European or a South European starting point. I think that South Europe could be really a point of accumulation of the forces of the movement. Because today we see in South Europe really a common situation, yes, in the differences, but a common situation where unemployment, poverty, where few rights on your job, when cuts to all the welfare states, from university to healthcare system to all this welfare state institution, it's a common spaces that the financial markets are using for their project against the 99%, like the Occupy movement in USA, call us against the 1% that live really with $1 billion and stay in a situation in which that is a situation that we can change really today. And I was really happy to see in this meeting really what we can call a possibility to build up a project that doesn't finish in this meeting, but could move on with other meeting in other countries, or in Greece too, in south of Europe, that could build up really a political project, starting from this common space to build up really the possibility to win some of our richness that stay on the 1% really in a serious way, because many of our problems cannot be resolved in our national border. And for the last, I want to say, for build up a new possibility to move on this work of this day, to stay together and build up really a common spaces of language and struggle that talk to all us, to build up a new meeting. And for this we can talk about if we want to use our mail that there are, to build up a mailing list where we can discuss how we can go on this process, and how we can build up a new appointment of a process that really must transform our political practices, our theoretical practices, and but this is the only possibility to use this crisis not only like the bad way, but a possibility to build up a new way to do politics.